everybody. I'm Katie, and I'm so happy you're joining us for the Daily Dose. As so many of our young people across the country go back to school, this week we wanted to talk with you about school on the Daily Dose, to really name the reality that's going on around us, because even if you don't have school-aged kids, you likely have some sort of connection to students. Maybe you've got neighbors who you know will be waiting outside for the bus bright and early this coming week. Maybe you've got nieces or nephews or grandkids who are headed back to school, and you know that they have all the feelings of excitement and nervousness surrounding their re-entry into new routines, new schedules, new busyness after a really fun summer. Some of you work in schools, and please know, we are praying for you. We're praying for you as you kick off this new school year. You're key in supporting these kids who come from all sorts of places and situations. You are so important, and what you do matters. And whatever your connection is to students who are heading back to school, I am guessing that you can relate to that mix of excitement and nervousness. I've got two kids, and both of them this year are heading to brand new schools. They're thrilled because they were simply ready to move on from elementary school and middle school. New teachers, new classes, new buildings. But they're also a little bit nervous. What will homework be like in 6th and 9th grade this year compared to last year? Will I remember where my classrooms are when I'm moving from class to class? And what do I need to get from my locker between each of them? What will my friendships look like after a summer away from school? There's no doubt about it. Friendships are so important to our kids in their growing up years. And I think the topic of friends is hot on their minds right now. Our younger son was looking at his class list when they came out, and he was a little worried because none of his closest friends from elementary school are in the majority of his classes. And I could tell that I did not give helpful mom advice when my gut response was to assure him that he'll get into activities with other people and definitely make new friends, since this school has 6 elementary schools coming together. I got a major eye roll and a walk away at that moment. And maybe it's common to worry for all of us who are going through transitions in life, needing or hoping for new people to surround us, new friends. How do I even know what to look for in a new friend? How do I know that the person I'm befriending will not only be there for me, but is someone that I can and will show up for? How can we also know that God will remain at the center of this friendship? My friend Jana, she wrote a book recently, and I happened to finish it right before we traveled together this past year. Her book is an autobiography that tells about her life as a widow after her husband suddenly died. And she really beautifully talks about her life with her husband and her 3 kids as they were growing up. And she talks about the importance of her faith in her marriage. And then she also talks about all the family and friends, the church community that surrounded her after Randy died, and the way that her faith truly helped her navigate a ton of things. And we've been friends for a while, which is maybe obvious since we decided to travel together. But I'd say we were still newer friends at that point, still figuring each other out. And as we were sitting by this pool in the place we visited one night, I said to her, everyone should write a book about their lives before spending a week together. And we laughed about this when I said it because really, as she pointed out, writing a book is nothing to joke about. It's no small feat. But I think there's something behind that idea. See, her book didn't shy away from the hard things that she had encountered. Even though I didn't know her when Randy was alive, Jana's stories gave me reasons to ask about moments or situations as she navigated her grief and her role as she became a single mom. We talked a lot about the ups and downs of faith during a time like this in your life. And she reflected really honestly on the people who showed up, who listened, who didn't try to make everything just right in those moments, but who were willing to experience sadness right along with her. And I think sometimes in friendships, we think first about all the fun we're going to have together. We think about finding friends who we share hobbies with and have things in common with, who we're going to laugh with and seek some kind of adventure with. And obviously, those things are good in friendships. But the hard stuff, I think, in my experience, I know it's true for me, often gets swept under the rug. So what if instead we remembered that friends don't shy away from sharing emotions and recognizing that we won't always have bright days ahead of us? I want to close the Daily Dose today with a verse from Proverbs chapter 27 that goes like this. As water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart. Or as it's sometimes translated, so others reflect your heart back to you. Isn't our hope that the more we spend time with people, the more they reflect the true things in our hearts, the joys and the sadnesses coming right back to us? So as you head back to school this week, or as you see people heading back to school, I pray that you remember how God is with you in the midst of everything new, even in those friendships that you're forging, that you're creating, and that you're looking for that reflection back to you. Thank you for watching the Daily Dose today. If you're watching on Facebook, we would love for you to share, maybe tag a friend who could use a word of encouragement. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another Daily Dose. Thanks.